have a question here which says we should solve 15x squared plus 80 is equal to minus 80x. This is a quadratic equation. It doesn't look like it. So to start with, we need to make it look like a quadratic equation, and then we go for it. We will be using the quadratic formula. So let's begin by writing out the quadratic formula, and then we'll now change this to look like a quadratic equation. And to make it look like a quadratic equation, it must give us is equal to 0. So let's begin with the quadratic formula, which is minus b. We start with x first. We have is equal to minus b plus or minus square root sine b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's our quadratic equation. Now, the first step, change this here to look like a quadratic equation. So let's go for it. So we have 15x squared, it says plus 80 is equal to minus 80x. Now, to look like a quadratic equation, it has to look like this: a x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. In this case, we'll see that here we have equal to 0. We don't have equal to 0 here. So we need to change this. And also we will notice that here we've got at the very end here, we've got C. We could see that this will be our C. Beautiful. Okay. And here we've got bx. This is our bx. Our bx is in the wrong place. We have ax squared, which is the first one. Excellent. And we have that here. So that is fine. So let's rearrange it. First of all, let's remove all this. And then we rearrange. Okay. And then we go. Let's do it. So we will have what? We still have 15x squared there. Okay, we're going to bring the minus 80x, which is on the right side of the equal sign. We're going to bring it in, and when it comes over the equal sign, the minus will change to a positive, a plus. So we will end up having a plus here, positive 80x, and we still have our plus 80. So we can have our plus 80 there. And then we have, since we have moved the minus 80x to the left side of the equal sign, we ended up having a 0. Beautiful. So we could see here that this matches with this. You got an equal sign and equal sign. Excellent. This last bit here is the C. Oh, got a C there. And this middle bit here is the bx. The b stands for the number, and the x is x. And then here a stands for the 15 here. And then the x squared here, we have that there. So we can say we have properly arranged it, and then we can now start our calculations. Okay, let's remove the highlighters. Okay, let's go highlighters. Okay, highlighters gone, and we've done there, 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 there. And this equal signs will be a bit difficult. Let's leave it out. Okay, let's go. So we have x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root sine b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's start with the values of a, b, and c. Okay, our a will be what? Our a here, our a will be 15. Yes, our a here will be, we have a there, will be what? 15. So let's go. That's 15. Our b will be what? Our b, we have b here. Our b will be what? 80. That's a plus 80. So we're just going to leave it as 80. Don't need to put a plus sign. And then our c, which is this, will be what? Will be 80 here, which is a plus 80. Okay, so we go for c here, which is also 80. Now, the next step is to put the information into the quadratic formula. So let's do that. You've got x here is equal to, we have minus b. The minus stands on its own. So this minus stands on its own, and the b stands on its own. So we've written the minus. Now we have to go for the b, and the b is 80. Let's just put it in the bracket for now. We're still going to remove the bracket later. 80. Okay, so we have a plus and a minus, and then we have the root sign. We have b squared. Our b is 80, so we go for 80 squared. Okay, we have a minus. I like putting a bracket here, so let's just put it there. We have a 4. 4 a means times a, and a is 15, and then times c. C is 80. Okay, we have 80 there. Let's go, sign still there, and then we have a close bracket there, and then we have everything all over 2 times a. 2 times a, our a is 15. Excellent. So let's put this together. What do we have? We have x is equal to minus 80. We have a bracket there, so in the bracket is a plus 80, so a negative and a positive would give us a negative, so we end up having minus 80 there. Okay, we have a plus and a minus, and we have the square root sign, and we have 80 squared is what? 80 squared gives us 6400. We have 646400, and then we have a negative there, and 4 times 15 times 80 will give us 4800. So we have 4800. We're going to leave out the bracket for now. We don't need the bracket anymore. So we have 6400 minus 4800. That's 6400 minus 4800. We have everything will be divided by 2 times 15, which is 30. Okay, let's proceed. So here we have x will be what? We have minus 80. Excellent. We have a plus and minus. Beautiful. We have the square root sign there. And 6400 minus 4800. This gives us 1600. 1600. We have this all over 30. Beautiful. Okay, let's move to the right side. We're just going to draw a demarcation line here to separate it. Okay, so we have x here will be equal to what? We still have our minus 80 there, and we have plus minus. Beautiful. And square root of 1600, the square root of 16 is what? Is 4, and then we have 2 zeros, and we end up with 1 0. So we have what? 40, and then we still have a 30 divided by 30. Beautiful. Now we're going to end up with 2 values for x. Let's start from here. So we have x will be minus 80 plus, take the first one, we have 2 of them. We've got the positive one and we got the negative one. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so we take the positive one as a plus 40. Let's highlight that. Okay, plus 40, and we have it over all over 30, and then we have, or we're going to end up with 2 values of x. We have our x here will be minus 80. This time we're going to go for the negative. Let's highlight that. Yeah, negative there, and then we have our 40. Beautiful. All over what? All over 30. Okay, let's break this down. So minus 80 plus 40 will give us a negative 40. So we have x is equal to minus 40 over 30. And on this side here, or x will be minus 80 minus 40 will give us minus 120. We have minus 120 all over 30. Okay, good. Now here we have what? Now if we knock off the zeros, we get zeros here, we knock them off here, we end up with what? We end up with 4 over 3. We're just going to leave it as an improper fraction. So we have a negative minus 4 over 3 is our answer there. And on the other side, we've got what? Okay. Let's start with knocking off all the zeros. So we have zeros, we knock off this one, we knock off that one, and then we have what? 12 over 3, and that will give us 4. Beautiful. So let's go. So we have a minus 4. And this brings us to the end of this question. Beautiful.